Esteban Ocon could find himself axed entirely from the grid. There are three young drivers all vying to replace one of the F1 grid's most experienced racers for 2027, according to reports in Italian media. Esteban Ocon is one of several drivers who is due to be out of contract at the end of this year, and there is no certainty that Haas will sign him on for another year, having struggled up against Oliver Bearman since joining the team in 2025. 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix winner Ocon is currently in his 10th season as a full-time F1 driver, and he raced for the likes of Force India and Alpine before joining Haas. Haas themselves share a good relationship with Ferrari, and reports circling last week suggested that Ferrari are putting pressure on Haas to put 2025 F3 champion and junior driver Rafael Camara into the seat alongside Bearman for 2027. However, Auto Racer IT are claiming that there are two other drivers who hold a very good chance of seat at Haas, including one driver who made their F1 session debut in Barcelona last time out. Will F2 champion Leonardo Fornaroli get a chance in F1? 2025 F2 champion Leonardo Fornaroli is a McLaren junior driver and took part in FP1 at the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix last weekend, finishing top of the 7 rookies who took to the track in that session. Fornaroli was then given the chance to get behind the wheel of older Haas F1 machinery as part of the squad's 2-day testing of previous cars program, TPC, earlier this week, and Auto Racer IT are reporting that the young Italian is a serious consideration to replace Ocon. But it doesn't appear to be just a straight fight between Camara and Fornaroli, McLaren and Ferrari. According to the above publication, Haas are also interested in former F1 racer Yuki Tsunoda, who was axed from a full-time seat in the sport at the end of 2025. Tsunoda raced for 5 full seasons in F1, most of them with Red Bull's sister team, although he did compete in 22 Grands Prix for Red Bull last season, before being axed entirely. Haas' new partnership with Japanese car manufacturer Toyota is cited as a reason for their interest in Tsunoda, with there being a desire to get the Japanese racer back onto the grid. Will Ocon still be in F1 in 2027? Ocon was axed by Alpine for poor performance before the 2024 season had even concluded, instead joining Haas, but he has since struggled. Ocon finished behind Bearman in the Drivers' Championship last year, despite Bearman being in his rookie season, and he is once again behind the Brit in 2026. Haas team principal Io Komatsu said that nobody was satisfied with Ocon's performance in 2025, and it remains to be seen whether or not he will be given a contract extension with the team. Ocon is due to be out of contract at the end of this year, and will need to prove his worth to the team in order to be handed an 11th season in F1. Honda issues statement claiming Aston Martin results have failed expectations. Aston Martin have struggled to achieve results in 2026. Honda have issued a statement on their social media page about Aston Martin's start to the 2026 F1 season and how they are working to turn things around. Honda entered into an engine partnership with Aston Martin at the start of the year, but have been struggling with reliability and power output issues with their power unit. It's meant that Aston Martin have only managed to score 1 point from the opening 7 race weekends, a dismal return for a team who had dreams of challenging for race victories amid the regulations overhaul. The team's struggles were evident at the recent Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix, where Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso qualified down in 21st and 22nd before both having to retire from the Grand Prix. Now, Honda have taken to LinkedIn to reveal that Honda Racing President Koji Watanabe visited their UK office, while also admitting that the start of the year has been below expectations. The results on track with Aston Martin F1 team haven't matched our ambition this season, but the focus at Honda Racing Corporation remains absolute, Honda said in a statement. We had Koji Watanabe, the president of HRC and concurrently of HRC UK, visiting the UK office this week to see the relentless work going into our trackside operations and to talk to the members in person. In Formula One, progress isn't found in a single breakthrough. It's found in the thousands of hours our engineers and technicians put in. We are one global unit, from Sakura, Japan to Milton Keynes. We stay focused, we stay united, and we keep pushing. Will Adrian Newey turn things around for Aston Martin? Honda have been handed somewhat of a lifeline through the FIA's additional development and upgrade opportunities, ADUO scheme being handed 2 extra homologations. But it's becoming clear that their struggles are not solely down to the power unit, and that the car design is fundamentally flawed too. Design legend Adrian Newey joined the team in March 2025 and now has the job of trying to turn their fortunes around after a disastrous start, focusing on the initial flaws of his AMR 26 design. The chassis still appears to be a pretty weak one, with an F1 expert recently revealing that even if Aston Martin had a Mercedes power unit, they would only be fighting around the likes of Haas because of the limits in their chassis design. Aston Martin have signed the likes of Newey and Enrico Cardiel in recent years, and will now hope that they earn their corn by bringing upgrades to the AMR26.